coworker was like, did you not see the postpartum, all this, and the compression stockings and stuff? And I was like, what? They have it on the airflow too? She's like, yeah, I did it, and I got mine. She's wearing her band and stuff today. She's like, it's so much better.
Great.
And I'm like, I'm doing it too.
So we sent that back.
So cool.
Hopefully that will go through for you.
Awesome.
So the bathroom's all clean and ready. You can do your
There you
deal. And you get to see Eva.
Eva today. Sounds like a plan.
Alrighty.
Cool.
Well,
Yeah.
I know what it is.
Well,
It's
yeah.
quarantine.
Quarantine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quarantine.
Which,
baby.
like, at the beginning, people are excited about. And like,
Yeah.
what else is there to do? And now
know.
people are like,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And I know Inslee's threatening to put our county back into phase 1.
yeah,
Because the numbers are horrible.
it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Be careful, you guys.
Oh, I know.
It's rough. Yeah.
Yeah. But nobody enforces masks at the businesses over there. It's horrible.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-mm. Like 80% of the people don't have masks on in the businesses. Yeah. Mm-mm.
Well,
I'm just like, you're the reason it's spreading. You're the reason.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
It's just like, yeah. I mean, it's just.
It's not that hard.
I have
Put
a
it
lot
on,
of strong
walk
feelings
in,
about it.
Walk
Right.
it out.
It's like if I can wear one for 12 hours,
Mm-hmm.
you can wear one for 20 minutes
Or
or 5
less.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously. Yep.
I know.
Mhm.
It's hard. We do have some pregnant ladies that really do all of a sudden, like I've had a couple pregnant ladies get kind of faint and start to get like a little
Mhm.
whoa with the mask on, especially if
Mhm.
it's hot or if I'm
Mhm.
drawing their blood or something. So we have these huge like astronaut face shield things
Oh, like a
that
capper
some
or
people
something?
opt to wear, but there's
Yeah.
always an alternative.
Mhm.
Like that's better than nothing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's why I bought these, because they're so easy, in my opinion, to
Yeah,
breathe
those look
through.
nice.
And they don't hurt my ears.
Yeah. My
That's a big
ears get
thing.
really sore.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
wear those for more than a couple hours without just going, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, these I can wear all day long without
Yeah.
like a ear saver or anything. And
Yeah, cool.
fine.
Are those acceptable at work?
Hmm?
Cool.
Yeah, they're Norwex, so they have like this bacteriostatic layer in them, which is a little bit extra even.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's new?
Nothing.
Any concerns or questions or?
Except for last night, I had a great night's sleep. What can I use for sleep? I've been sleeping horrible.
So.
Till last night, I feel like a whole new person today.
Okay.
Had a great night's
Yeah,
sleep
that
finally.
makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Did you do anything to help, or was it just?
I
random?
think he just flipped again, and I was getting cakes up here instead of on my bladder all night.
Oh yeah.
Because the bladder all night thing was
Yeah.
horrible, and then work's so hot with no AC, I can't sleep.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Is it physical discomfort that you can't sleep, or is it like your head going and going?
Physical mainly, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
So one thing that could help is magnesium at night, oral magnesium.
Okay.
I don't know if I've had you take this before, but
I
I
took
really
it
like,
for the prodromal I was having with the
yes,
vein.
it
Yeah.
helps with that. But
Okay.
also like muscle cramps, achy
Mhm.
muscles.
Mhm.
It actually does just help you sleep in general.
Okay.
I really like the brand Natural Calm.
Okay.
It's that powder one that you add to liquid.
Okay.
So maybe like don't have it in a huge amount of liquid, just a little bit,
Little bit,
like a
yeah.
teaspoon or something. That way you don't have,
Yeah.
then have
When
more
he was
liquid.
feet down, I could tell he was feet down for like a week or something, and I was just like,
Yeah, that's
oh my
hard.
god.
Yeah, your poor bladder. Yeah.
He was using it as like a trampoline, and it,
Yeah.
like every time I'd start to drift off, he'd kick it really hard, wake me up again, you know, and then I'd
Oh, yeah.
restart that whole cycle over
Oh
and
my
over.
gosh.
And I was just like not getting any sleep.
Yeah.
And then he flipped between morning and afternoon yesterday. He flipped again, and I started getting him up here, and I slept great last night.
Yeah.
Because I can sleep through these.
Yeah.
The bladder ones, I can't sleep. The kicks, I can't sleep through.
Yeah. Well, that I can't control.
So-
Like I can't help
Yeah.
you with your baby doing
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff.
Mhm.
But in general, for just being uncomfortable at night, the
Mm-hmm.
magnesium will be good. You could do up to like 2 heaping teaspoons.
Okay.
It'll give you diarrhea if you take too much.
Okay.
So you might have to experiment
Okay.
with how much is good for you.
And is that oxide or
It's
magnesium?
it's magnesium oxide, but I think it has another one in there.
Okay. Because I'm
It depends on
throwing
which
a
one you
blank now,
get.
but there's two, like, main ones.
The
oxide
main
and-
one is like it's a raspberry lemonade flavor, and
Okay.
I think that's just zinc oxide. But then they have all kinds of different variety of ones. I just like that one because I feel like magnesium oxide is so broad. It's also good for headaches.
Yeah.
It helps with so many things.
Yes.
So-
Headaches, cool, because I've been
Yeah.
taking Tylenol, like, too often, I feel like.
You should probably just take
Couple
magnesium
times a
like
week.
every day.
I have headaches a lot.
Yeah.
Oh my
okay.
gosh. I had them a lot with Lane.
Mhm.
Hardly at all was the second one,
That's
and
so
then with this
interesting.
one a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you drinking enough water?
Yes, I'm drinking lots
Having
of
enough
water, but I notice when I
protein.
don't sleep enough, I get the headaches really bad.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So it's kind of like a cause effect, I think.
Yeah. Are you a caffeine person?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, a little bit of
Definitely.
caffeine can help with the headache actually.
Yeah.
Unless you don't have it and then it can give you a
Yeah.
headache.
Well, I've noticed like a direct correlation to sleep. Like if I didn't get the
Yeah.
sleep, the headache's brutal.
So the other
Yeah.
thing that I really like in pregnancy at night is Unisom.
Okay.
Good old Unisom. It's totally safe.
Okay. I've read about that a lot. I've just never taken it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's really great, and it also helps with nausea. So we have a lot of people doing that in the first trimester.
Yeah, combination B6 with that, right?
Exactly.
Or something. Okay.
Although I kind of think the Unisom helps with nausea because you just pass out, and then you're not nauseous because you're sleeping. But you could do like a quarter to a half to a whole Unisom each
Okay.
night.
Okay.
I would maybe like start with a little and see how
See
that
how it
works.
goes. Okay.
Tylenol PM is fine too.
Okay.
And there's always like sleepy time herbs, sleepy time tea, things like that, but then it's more liquid.
Mhm.
So I would try maybe the magnesium and Unisom, see how
Okay.
that goes.
That sounds good.
Yeah, because getting a good night's sleep will make such a difference.
Oh, I feel amazing today. I'm
Yeah,
like,
good.
I have so much energy. I feel
Yeah,
great.
you're
Like,
bright-eyed.
oh my gosh. And normally I'm dragging.
Yeah.
I've been so tired for weeks. It
Yeah.
feels like. So
Yeah,
it's
get
so
some
nice to get a
Unisom or
good night's
something.
sleep.
Yeah, get a good night's sleep.
It was amazing.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me know if nothing's working. There are
Mhm.
like more heavy duty things you could do, but that's
Okay.
kind of a good start. Magnesium for the physical comfort.
Magnesium, will it make
Unisom
me tired?
No,
Okay, so I can take that one
I take
when
it
I'm at
any
work.
time of day.
Okay.
Yeah, you could take it any time of
Because
day.
like the Unisom and stuff like that, I can't take when I'm at work because I have to get up,
Right.
you know, whatever. But
It's more like magnesium is more like for muscle relaxation, but
Okay.
not. It's not a muscle
I'm like, I don't remember
relaxant.
it making me tired. But
No, it shouldn't.
It's like, I've got to.
Yeah, they call it. Sometimes they
forget.
call it like the anti-stress drink. It should
Okay.
be like calming for your muscles,
Mhm.
but it doesn't make you drowsy or anything.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I think
Other-
that's really it.
New and exciting symptoms.
I can feel them plenty now.
When did that start?
When did that start?
Because you weren't really feeling.
I wasn't really
it
feeling
last
them.
time.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely feeling them now. I'm like, what did I ask for?
That's always how it goes.
That's always how it goes. You're like, I want to feel them, and you're like, can I not
maybe
feel
back
them?
off a little.
Yeah. Shoot, at least several weeks. At least 3, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
So probably right after you saw me.
Yeah, I think it started pretty quick after I saw you. Yeah.
Well, let's see. We're going to go over the ultrasound. I also got these orders for pelvic support brace, back
Oh
brace.
yeah. My
postpartum
coworker did it on
orthotic.
Airflow, and I was like, "What?" And she was wearing her brace today. She's like, "It's making a world of difference." I'm like,
These are
"I'm
amazing.
getting it too."
Yeah, these are great.
Yeah.
I got all kinds of things for you.
Yeah. I went ahead and
postpartum
asked for all of
orthotic.
them.
Yeah, there we go.
I was like, might as
And
well. My
breast
insurance
pump.
covers it.
Yeah, it's all covered.
Yeah.
Breast pump too.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
I already got my breast pump, so you
Oh, you
did
did?
that one already.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah.
Okay. And then let's see. The ultrasound was a little funny when we first got it because it was almost like whoever signed it stopped writing halfway through. So it's like this, and then it just ended. So it took us a while for us to get an addendum. It was just a
weird.
funny, annoying thing. So we do have the addendum. So
Okay.
I'll just go over everything.
Cool.
Let's see. They were able to see pretty much everything that they needed to see.
Okay.
All the parts of the heart, the spine. They could see the kidneys, bladder, all 4 arms and legs. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. There was one thing. The only thing that's kind of interest is that the head measured slightly smaller.
Okay.
It's like in the normal range, but it's at the kind of normal low.
Okay.
Which isn't like particularly interesting to me. It's just something you could have follow-up if you wanted to. There's some very rare conditions that could cause that.
All my babies have had big heads.
Right.
So, I don't know.
So nothing wrong with a slightly smaller head,
Yeah,
really, in that case.
really.
But it's just something of note. Like certainly if your measurement was ever feeling different or just the way that we felt the head felt very different or
Okay.
very small, we might want to follow up on that, or you could just have follow-up if you wanted.
Okay.
It's very unlikely your baby would have one of those rare conditions, like, the condition
You're
where
talking like a
the bones,
microcephaly or something?
or
Okay.
cranial stenosis, where like
Okay.
the bones are actually fused.
Oh, yeah.
But again,
probably.
it's low end of normal, so it's not very high on my suspicion.
I'm not worried, but I'll go off whatever you recommend.
I think
Yeah.
we'll just like see how it feels as time goes on.
Okay.
Usually those conditions have other things along with them, like
Okay.
low amniotic fluid or something like that.
Okay.
So it's just like something that was interesting Otherwise, the baby was in the 43rd percentile, which is good
Yeah.
in terms of their overall weight. Amniotic fluid looked good. The placenta's doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's in the front.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took me quite a bit longer to feel this time.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't let that freak you out. I mean, you're feeling it now, but it could affect it, like, going forward if you ever feel like you're not feeling that much.
But it was nice and away from, like, actual cervical opening, right?
Yep,
Dogs,
nowhere near the cervix.
Cool.
Yeah. So, all good. Normal.
I like normal. Works for me.
So we shouldn't need to do another one, again, like I said, unless we feel something ahead or anything like that. Yeah.
Sounds good.
And, yeah.
I like boring anatomy scans.
We
Perfect.
got the sentence finished, so that was good.
And
I was like, and what? So, all good.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Other things on your mind today? Or things you want to talk about?
Oh, yes. I always forget. This is way ahead, but of course I'm thinking way ahead now.
Yeah.
So I'm always on Baby Center, probably way too much. But
You're on what?
Baby Center,
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
the threads and everything, I'm always on
I
there.
hear all kinds of things.
I learned all sorts of things from
Yeah.
there too, though, which is interesting. I mean, you have to take it with a grain of salt, some of it,
Yes.
but it's still interesting to be like, what's that? Let's research it.
Yeah.
As a lot of the gals are saying, they're like, OBs are saying they need to quarantine 2 weeks prior to delivery, like not working, like not going anywhere, and I'm like, is that like a standard
That's not
practice?
Standard practice.
Okay.
That I've ever even heard
So I was like,
of.
this is because of COVID, like,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm like,
I mean, I just think it's, I guess in an ideal world that might be nice, but I don't think it's feasible, and it's certainly not something I've heard of.
Okay.
They're not doing that at Central.
No,
They're not doing
they're
that.
not doing that there.
No.
So it's just other places must be doing
Yeah.
some random
Yeah.
providers doing this, yeah.
No.
But I've seen it like recurrently enough that I was like, I guess I should ask.
How can people afford that? You know?
Well, Washington you can because there's paid medical leave now.
Yeah, but then
But-
you have to use.
They can extend it up to 18 weeks now apparently.
Wow.
Yeah, I talked to my
Well,
HR
I don't
about
know
it.
if you want to.
Well, I was like, well, I don't want to do that. Well, my wound care job's really low risk. But then I was kind of starting to think, at first I was like, why would I ever want to do that?
Yeah.
But I was like, actually it might not be a bad idea at my FALC job just because I
Yeah.
transport COVID patients.
Yeah.
So it's high risk for exposure. And then I've been really worried about the fact that I'll be away that far with how fast my last labor went.
Oh, like working all the way up. I mean,
Yeah.
that I don't think you should
That I was kind of worried because I'm like, that was a 4-hour start to finish for
Yeah.
Zane, and it's a 3-hour drive.
Yeah,
So I was like,
that actually
in the
is
winter. So.
Yeah, that I haven't thought of. I didn't realize you were going to work that job all the way through.
Yeah. That's my primary, so yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That probably is not a good idea.
That's kind of what I was
Past
thinking.
36 weeks.
36, you think?
I mean, it probably would be fine past 37
Let's
or
just see how it
closer,
goes, maybe.
But
too.
you never know.
You never
What if
know,
you're going to
I
labor
know.
early,
Yeah, I
you
know.
know?
I've been kind of thinking, I was like, I don't know how comfortable I am with how fast the last one went.
Yeah, I mean,
Really
because
don't
you
know.
deliver around your due date, but that's
Yeah.
absolutely no guarantee.
T for
Yeah.
this one, no.
Yeah.
Mm.
So usually when we have someone who's like works afar or even their partner works afar
Mhm.
and they have a history of a fast labor, we say at 37 weeks or sooner
Okay.
they should stop working and stay
I was
close.
thinking like the 38, maybe
I mean,
37.
it probably would be fine.
But
But
the
what if
fact
it
that
wasn't? And you
It
went
wasn't.
to labor and then you'd have to
Yeah.
go to some random
I could maybe
hospital.
compromise at 37.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know which hospitals to go to at least over there if it
Yeah,
did
yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
Which ones not to.
Yeah.
But that would not be what I ever wanted to do though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe 37 then. I can maybe
Okay.
compromise at 37.
Yeah.
Just for the simple fact too that thank God we have this paid medical leave now, otherwise I'd be
Yeah, yeah,
screwed.
yeah.
But,
I mean, 36 weeks is just like what I usually tell people because
Mm-hmm.
people deliver early sometimes randomly,
Mhm.
but probably it would be fine even
Mhm.
up to 38.
Mhm.
So
I mean, because I thought it was like the 12 weeks and then I cut into my leave and stuff, but with the new, there's like one that's paid medical, one that's paid family. And I thought it was like, I know a coworker is coming back next week and she was able to extend it from COVID stuff, her maternity leave to
Yeah.
16. And then I just mentioned it to my HR at Quincy. Knows everything HR. She's been in like 25 years or
Yeah.
something. But she's like, no, you can actually do 18 weeks combining the two and it's all paid.
yeah,
And not obviously 100% wages, but good enough.
yeah,
So I was like, okay, I'm interested now.
yes,
I was like, that might make it doable. Because I've been kind of like stressing myself out
Great.
thinking about it, I think.
yeah,
So, yeah.
yeah.
So,
Well, you know,
I know
what
that's
I
like
always
way
say,
ahead now, but I've been thinking about it.
No, I think
so.
it's good to think ahead.
Yeah.
And I'll say what we probably always say is I'll sign anything you want me to sign.
Yeah.
And do whatever. I want everyone to have the most time off possible.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, I just don't ever want to cut into the time off of my baby. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like always worked right up until. But
if
this
it's
is my
not gonna
first year
impact
where
it, then-
I don't think it will impact it as
Yeah.
far as what I've
Then
been
take
told.
advantage
So
of it.
yeah,
Take advantage of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm
'Cause
like, I
it's-
can keep doing this. I love my wound care job. It's like
Yeah.
I love it so much,
Yeah.
and it's people don't come if they're sick,
Right.
kind of thing. They're screened at the front door by somebody that's not me.
Yeah. And that's
You
at
know.
Quincy.
Yeah, at Quincy, and that's like I'm per diem there, so I work like 1, 2, usually 2 days a week, but not
Yeah.
like a lot. So.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's super low risk for exposure versus
Yeah.
that job's not.
Well, and it's not like you would be taking the extra time for no reason. It's for a really good reason.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
job I've been stressed on. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to be that far away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
In December.
Yeah.
Who knows
But
what
also
Cass
your
is going
COVID
to do.
exposures. Like
And
if
COVID
you were to
exposures.
get it,
Mm-hmm.
you'd have to have a hospital birth.
Yeah, exactly. Because I
So-
transport COVID positive and PY patients there. So
we just
it's
had
like,
our first pregnant person get it.
oh, really?
She's okay. She didn't have to be hospitalized, but she was symptomatic.
That sucks.
So I'm like, oh.
Did you see what the CDC published? I'm like, what idiots? What are you guys doing?
Yesterday?
Yes. The whole they don't recommend asymptomatic people. I'm like, what are you
Right.
doing? You guys are so dumb.
You can't trust them
They're
anymore.
showing that like 40% of asymptomatic people are carriers,
Yeah.
and they have
They
the
just
study
want
on
the
a
numbers
plane.
to go down.
Like they're dumb. They're so dumb. Well, who okayed that? I was like, oh my gosh.
Well, didn't they? I think they like approved it while Fauci was in
Surgery. So they like pushed it around him. Sneaky
Sneaky.
bastards, huh? Yeah.
I know.
I was like, oh my gosh.
I know.
Yeah. Anyways, that kind of pissed me off. I was like, really, CDC?
It's crazy times right now. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, if I had a really bad exposure, maybe I shouldn't say this. Well, now because I'm being filmed, but I might just make up
I could
a
just turn it off.
symptom and get tested.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Who are you to
Well,
tell
it's
me
crazy
not
that
to
like
be able to get
some
tested?
people are like having a hard time getting tested, but then like sports players can get tested how many times a week?
Oh yeah.
But then I've read things
Well,
about healthcare
it's rich
providers
people.
like not able
it's rich
to.
people.
Yeah.
Rich people can do whatever they want.
Yeah. Stupid.
Okay, we're gonna go way off track.
I know. I think there was totally something else that flicked my brain and I
You
lost
always have
it.
to write it down.
I never remember to write stuff down. Oh yes, I got exposed to bacterial meningitis
Oh.
at work,
Okay.
and I was gonna call you, but then everything got figured out before you guys wrote, and I was like, yeah. So.
Okay.
But just letting you know. So I had a 2-week-old that was super sick, and I kind of thought maybe they had meningitis, so I had all of my PPE droplet on.
2-week-old?
2-week-old, very sick, yeah. Normally it would be a NICU like specialty transport, but they were delayed like 4 hours on another call, so it was
Wow.
me.
Yeah. Okay. So what did you need to do?
Well, at first they weren't sure. They called me like 8 o'clock the next night saying, oh, you need a quarantine for 24 hours. My work did. And I'm like, it's been almost 24 hours.
Yeah.
And thank God I'd just been at home, but I've been around him, Mr.
Yeah.
Immune Compromised,
Yeah, I
and my
know.
kids. And then I did see a provider like the next morning before I went and saw any patients or anything, and they consulted with like one of the OBs or something.
Okay.
And they're like, okay, well, since it came back as a GBS positive culture,
Yeah.
meningitis, bacterial meningitis, and they said because you had all your PPE on and you have no symptoms of anything, they don't recommend anything prophylactic.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm just noting it, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
So
Hazards of the job.
hazards of the job.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. One thing that's coming up for you is the gestational diabetes test.
Oh, fun.
I know.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, any questions about that?
I can't remember if I'm supposed to fast or not for the 1 hour. Do I fast for the 1 hour?
It's for 2 hours, just for 2-hour fasting.
Prior to the
Prior
drink
to drinking
and
the
the
drink. So
okay.
what we usually do is we give you the drink ahead of time so that you have it, and then I give you a sheet that says exactly when to
The
stop
times
eating,
and everything. I'm
exactly
remembering
when
this
to
now.
drink it, so you can't mess it up.
Okay.
It's easy, and
Mhm.
if you need to change the time of the appointment or something, we just adjust the numbers.
Okay.
But we'll give you the glucose drink today because
Okay.
the test should be next time.
Next time. Cool.
You've never had gestational diabetes, but I
Nope.
just feel like it's important to know that if you were to develop it, because it can happen in
Any
any
pregnancy,
pregnancy, that's
yeah.
why we test it.
Kind of like GBS.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessitate a hospital birth. Most people are able to just manage it just fine with diet and exercise changes.
Mhm.
If you were to develop it so severely that you weren't able to keep your numbers under control, that would be a transfer of care to an OB.
Yep.
I've actually never had that happen, knock on wood.
Mhm.
I had one gal who had to transfer out briefly, but then she really got it together and came back. So
Awesome.
most people can just control it with diet and exercise.
Cool.
So hopefully you don't have it, but that would be next time.
Yeah.
And we'll recheck your CBC as well. Which, have you ever had a problem with iron?
Never.
Yeah.
Mm.
Still,
Poor Gabby,
you never
she was
know.
calling me and stuff today, and I was like,
Who was?
Gabby, or
Yeah.
Layla, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know what she goes by with you guys, Layla or Gabby.
Layla. Yeah.
Okay, Layla. Yeah, we all call her Gabby. But she goes by Layla, like, as soon as she got, like, old and mature,
She's like, I'm
the outside
Layla
girl,
now.
she was Layla. yeah. I've known her since she was a kid, so.
Yeah.
I know, we were going over her playlist stuff, and I'm like, poor girl. I'm
I
like, you
know.
dropped, like, 50%.
I've never
That's
seen
brutal.
platelets that
Well, she's
low.
got, what, ICP, I think? What is it called? I cannot. It's the.
Not ICP.
No, that's an information. It's on my phone.
Well, I know she had a problem as a teenager or something.
And she wore that like medical bracelet for years, and then
Yeah.
was able. She
It
told me
wasn't really
what.
a surprise to her.
Yeah.
So.
ITP. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
So.
seen people. I have seen people bring it up. We have these like weird supplements and herbs we have people do.
Mhm.
So hopefully she does them because I've seen.
She
her.
says she has bought, either has it or it's in the mail. Every single thing on your list.
Great.
So.
Yeah, I've seen it work.
Yeah. So.
But also, I haven't seen it drop that fast. So.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I was talking. Her primary is like all of our primaries, and kind of my friend too.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, what do you think? I was like, she had this go to this, and she's like, okay, well, I think it would be a good idea to at least have Julie see her again, because that's who diagnosed her with it, and then that MFM just consult.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She called me today, and she's gonna do that.
Yeah. Cool. Because she said she sent out all the referrals. If you guys didn't want to, she could do it just fine.
Yeah.
But she's family medicine, which is super nice.
I don't even know who is over there.
Yeah.
I don't even know what's going on over there.
Yeah, well, Klinger's family medicine. She's doing primary care now.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't do deliveries or anything anymore, but, you know, she's got a solid background, which is nice, and babies and whatnot.
Yeah. Is she
So.
young?
She's like 50,
Oh, okay.
but she totally doesn't feel like she's 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a young soul.
Cool.
But, yeah. She started, I think, at the women's clinic when she started her career at women's clinic here.
Yeah, we've had a few people see her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love her.
So yeah, platelets is like part of what we're gonna get from the CBC. I assume it's gonna be fine, but
I've never had
know.
an issue ever,
Yeah,
so.
that's great. Yeah, but you wouldn't want one, so
Mhm.
that's what we're doing.
Yep. I know my mom and sister are anemic, not me.
Oh really?
Yeah.
It's the most common thing I see. Like almost everybody.
They have to take, like, I guess she can't tolerate the iron very well. It makes her stomach super upset or something.
Yeah, it can be harsh. We have a pretty good iron supplement that most people don't have a problem with if needed, so we'll just see. I don't expect necessarily a problem.
Yep.
Was the urine dipstick normal?
Normal.
Okay. You had trace last time.
Yep, not this time. I drink my water.
Very good.
Yep.
Did you weigh yourself?
Yes. 282.
Okay.
What was that last time?
281.
Okay, 1 pound.
So it's a pound. How are you feeling in your
I
body?
also ate a lunch on my way here.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's more or less
Alright.
the same.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is good. I'm glad you haven't, like...
I'm trying to, like, I've been meal prepping, like,
Yeah.
and eating plain stuff.
Yeah, good.
Lots of lean beef and chicken
Yes.
and rice and veggies.
Yeah. Ideally,
Really,
you're, like,
that's about
mostly
it.
having meat and veggies.
Yeah.
That's, like,
Mhm.
the ideal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Do you feel any difference, like, health-wise, eating like that? High protein?
Nope, I just crave enchiladas a lot.
Oh.
Not really.
I was hoping you'd be like, yeah, I feel, you know, more energy or more strength.
Just makes me want Mexican food really
Oh my
bad.
gosh.
That's been my, like, thing this pregnancy for some reason.
Well,
I
you
want
could
Mexican food, like...
Have it. You could have beans and,
Yeah.
like...
Sometimes I'll add in, like, some pinto beans and make it, like, a Mexican bowl, kind of.
Yeah, have beans.
No, add avocado and add...
Salsa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got, like, a guacamole salsa that's bomb. It's just
I
really...
just don't want you having, like, a
good.
ton of tortillas.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I bought tortillas for me only, and I haven't even gone through the bag yet, but they're the low-carb, 4-net-carb ones or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
So whenever I do feel like I need to have a tortilla, then I have those ones.
Smart, yeah.
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 Nobody else is allowed to have them.
Yeah.
You get normal carbs.
Normal carbs.
Yeah.
Well, that's really good. That's what I was hoping for is, like, little to no change. I just feel like, you're going to feel better when it comes to the end. I mean, it's
no kidding.
uncomfortable at the end of pregnancy anyway, but it'll make
Yeah.
a big difference.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As well as helping you...
Because I don't want to have gained a whole bunch of weight this pregnancy. I really don't.
Yeah. So it's
obviously
gonna
I
make a
didn't do a
difference.
good job losing any of it last time. So
Well, maybe if you space it out between the next babies, if you have more babies.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
The other thing is just growing a baby that's not significantly bigger again. You know,
I don't want
so
any bigger than
Yeah.
Zane was.
let's keep
That was big
it
enough.
like the same or even smaller would be great.
That would be fine.
Yeah.
Totally fine with me.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, good job.
Mhm.
Yeah, really good job. Okay, what else do we have today? Oh, who's your pediatrician?
Shattuck.
Oh yeah, my favorite.
I like him a lot.
I love him. I think he's getting close to not being able to take new patients.
You're really getting full, huh?
Because
I know anytime I've had to reschedule, it's like a month and a half out just
Yeah,
to
they're
reschedule.
really busy.
I'm like,
Yeah.
wow.
They're super busy. Who are you going to have at the birth? Is it going to be just the two of you?
Probably.
Okay.
I mean, that's what we did last time.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
That's what I've gotten planned so far.
Perfect.
I don't like a whole bunch of extra people around me anyways.
Yeah.
So.
And it's not a great idea. In general, we're asking people to kind of limit it, and you do not have to wear a mask in labor.
Oh, thank God,
It's
because I
just
think I've
not
needed your
realistic.
oxygen with like both of them.
Yeah.
Let alone this.
I can't imagine.
I've read stuff like that, and I'm like, how did they even? I can't even have clothes on me, like,
I
let
just
alone a
think-
mask on my face.
So
Kidding
we
me.
wear a lot more PPE
Yeah.
at births because it's just not realistic. Like
Yeah.
you need to be able to take deep breaths and
Yeah.
I just imagine it'd be falling off your face anyway, so
Yeah.
we don't have to worry about that.
Thank God.
But everybody else in the room will be.
Cool.
Okay. Well, that might be it today, you guys.
Cool.
Shall we check on this little guy?
Sure.
Okay. Let's do it.
I don't know if the hormones are just chilling out or whatever, but as far as like hip, pelvic girdle, whatever sciatic stuff going on, it's gotten a little better.
Oh, good.
So that's good.
Yeah.
I know I was
I'd like to
crying
hear
there
that.
for a while. But
Yeah. Well, hopefully it doesn't flare up again. Do you ever
It probably
do
will.
like
No,
PTE
it's just,
exercises for it or anything?
Well,
Like
yeah.
that squeezing the ball?
Well, I
between the legs or
did.
whatever?
I've been doing like some stretches that PT gave me
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Because that will help it.
And it's
not
I
getting
noticed a
worse.
big difference with
Yeah.
doing those. Just
Good.
stretching out like hip flexors, I think was the big thing. That must have been screwing it up. But
Yeah.
anytime I have like a long day at work or whatever, I can feel it. Oh.
I'm sure.
If I walk a ton or I'm lifting, bending, or leaning over a ton, like I just
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. want to do nothing. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, keep doing your stretches because that matters. But also, I just feel like if you can get some better sleep, pain is so much worse when you're tired.
Yes.
And if your body's not well rested, you're going to have more pain. So get on the Unisom train.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, it rhymed. Are you excited today?
I feel pretty good today. I have
You're
a lot of
what?
energy.
Yeah.
Is it a little higher?
I mean, a little bit. It's nothing crazy. It was 130 over 78.
Ooh, that's high for me.
Slightly.
Oh.
But I'm not really worried about it.
Yeah. What was I yesterday? I was like 126. That was high for me too. I think I was just like.
You were 122 last time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just like, that's what I would expect even just from the effort of like getting up, getting over here, talking quickly, chatting. Okay.
I obviously did have my coffee today.
Great.
Pretty much every day I work.
Yeah. Okay.
My poor maternity pants are starting to die off.
Yeah, what was that thing?
The elastic strap part of the top is
You
coming
need some
apart.
new ones.
I know.
Oh
These
my
are
gosh.
leftover from Zane.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. I feel like the baby's all on this side right
They're
now.
always like my left every
Yeah.
single one. Just a sweet spot.
Funny. It just fits.
Yeah.
Of course, I can't tell what's what yet.
I feel like you still hit down because I felt a pretty good kick like here
Yeah?
somewhere over there.
Yeah. Well, there's something big and bulgy right here. It could be right there.
Yeah. when we start that? I can never remember. You think I'd remember
After
by now.
20.
Yeah.
But it also depends on how it feels. Like once it reaches the belly button, so whatever amount of weeks they reach the belly button, then I start doing that. I don't know why. I think it's because before that it doesn't really matter. There could be so many variations in size before 20 weeks.
Yeah.
But then they all kind of like get pretty similar
Leveled out, yeah.
after that. I'm just gonna go down to your pubic bone. But then again, there's always still some variation here. It's hard to measure because the baby's off to the side so much. I might have to actually measure sideways. Sticking out right there. That's perfect. Okay. You're on track.
Cool.
Yeah. Got 23. Normal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, stay put.
Good luck.
Oh my gosh. Every time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Those are just wild kicks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Do you feel all of that?
Yeah, I can feel some of it.
What? Stay. It's like karate chops. Super strong. Definitely awake. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I love to hear those movements.
Oh, yeah.
I bet that's not fun in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
It's always when you start to like lay down and get quiet, he's like, oh, time to get up, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
Mm-hmm. Classic.
Well, they used to say it's because you're rocking them to sleep in the
Yeah,
daytime.
no.
I think mostly you're just busy,
Yeah.
and when you lay down, you're just really aware.
Ooh.
But
Aren't they supposed to be sleeping like 20 hours or something a day?
they sleep
or
a
something
lot.
right now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they'll like wake up in chunks. Need help?
No.
Okay. Okay. So let's go for another month,
Sounds
and I'm
good?
gonna give you the drink.
Okay.
We only have lemon lime.
Sounds good.
It's the best one anyway.
I think that's what I have left there.
Okay.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay.
plan.
Yeah.
I'm going this way.
You know the way. Bye.